What's going on, guys? So we're back yet again. We're going to be doing another review for Ginger Snaps. We're going to be discussing the second one, Ginger Snaps 2 Unleashed. Now, this one continues shortly after the first film. It kind of gives you a recap on what happened. Obviously, Ginger turned into a werewolf. She bit Bridget. Bridget is now trying to find ways to subdue the transformation. She is pretty much moving from town to town. She's on the run because there is a random werewolf that caught her scent that is trying to mate with her because for some reason this werewolf caught her scent and is trying to get with her. Now we never figure out why, but all we know is this werewolf starts becoming obsessed and she tries to not only get help, not really get help, but she's trying to use the wolf's bane slash also everything else that she can to be able to subdue the transformation, run. She's injecting herself with it. She's reading up more about werewolf lore, and she keeps seeing her sister. So Catherine Isabel does return in this, but not in full form. She pretty much becomes a subconscious projection of Bridget's mind of everything because she knows that she can't really do this on her own. She knows deep down she can't do this on her own, but she's still trying. So unfortunately, she gets attacked and she gets uh, unwillingly uh, in a in a facility for rehab, basically, because they're thinking she's a junkie, and she's not. And she goes through, and she meets a very young Tatiana Maslany named Ghost, and she takes a big interest in her. Ghost does because she finds horror very interesting and trying to figure out exactly why Bridget is the way she is, and Bridget just starts changing very dramatically. Like her appearance starts changing, her demeanor starts changing, to the point of she starts becoming like Ginger did. Now she is slowly trying to regain her humanity and find a way out of this facility before it gets worse because she knows as soon as it gets worse she's just going to become the ultimate predator at some point. Now Ghost does give her ways to get out and she does help her, but also for her own agenda because she unfortunately takes her to her grandmother's cabin, which has been in, I would say, reclusion for a while, and between Ghost and Bridget, they have no choice but to work together to take on this unknown werewolf threat that has been pursuing Bridget for as long as however many weeks or months now. Now, they are able to subdue it, they're able to take care of this wolf, but not without the process of Bridget fully turning into a werewolf and becoming the thing that she was trying to hide. Now, at the very end, Ghost pretty much becomes her caretaker at the very end. She puts her, like, she knows she's turning. She knows she's pretty much at not really death's door, but the point of no return. That's the word I was looking for, because once she does this, she pretty much becomes Bridget's plaything. Not Bridget, but Ghost's plaything. She pretty much becomes her pet, and as soon as this happens, she just pushes her back downstairs in the basement, knowing that if anyone messes with her, she's just gonna unleash Bridget out on them, and that's how the movie ends. So again, this was interesting. It was a good story. It was a good, I would say, sequel to a certain degree, but I will suggest that the first one's still my favorite out of the three movies. Now again, it was interesting because they were trying to put her in rehab even though they didn't have it just didn't seem like they had a legal means to keep her in this facility, even though they kept saying that they had a reason because oh she was a danger to herself, that all this that and the third, which again I can understand, but still weird because it's like okay, she didn't come in here willingly. She was not processed by a court. She was not processed by a a jury of her peers. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. I still watch it off and on. Again, I am going to be talking about the third one, so stay a lookout for that. But let me know what you guys thought about this one. Was it as good as the first one? Was it okay? But either way, let me know your thoughts are about it down in the comments. And I'll see you as always on the next one.